What's up, TBS crew? It's your boy Steph, back with another reaction. This time we have Nightmare Files. 4 creepy, true first day of school horror stories, uploaded August 17th, 2019. Now, down in the description, y'all already know will be links to Nightmare Files channel, this original video, and to all of my social medias. Get at your boy, see the person like that I don't upload to YouTube. Without further ado, let's get into it. I'm so glad I was expecting a scary ass noise. Let's hear about how these kids are already bullshitting on the first day back to school, huh?
My first day of school when I was 13, I had to be dropped off by my mom at around 7 a.m. and not walk with my friends because my mom works early every Monday and Tuesday. None of my friends were even awake at 7, let alone would be at school. I tried to make light of the situation though. I was basically here alone, so I thought I would walk around and see where everything is and possibly learn the building a little bit.
Right.
There were a few teachers walking around, but it was pretty empty. I wandered over to the girls' changing room. Nothing special at first glance. I took a lap around the changing room and noticed one of the lockers were open. There was something inside. It was a note. I still remember what it said. It said, "If you think about leaving, I will make your worthless life a living hell." It didn't say who it was from or who it was intended for. I was thinking about what I should do next when a teacher who I'll call Mr. Sanders walked in. He asked me what I was doing here, and he said it in a firm tone. But it's funny he asked me this with such suspicion when he was in a girl's changing room this early, when
What?
students aren't even here yet.
Oh no.
I told him I wasn't doing anything, and that is my first day here. I also told him about the note I just found, and I gave it to him. He looked at the note and didn't say anything. He then said, "Thanks for reporting it. I'll look into it." Then he told me to leave, once again in a harsh, demanding tone.
He probably wrote it.
The only thing I heard after leaving the locker room was a locker slam shut. I assume Mr. Sanders just closed it. As time went on, I heard a lot of rumors about Mr. Sanders.
I bet.
Like he's a perv and he cheats on his wife.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Next year around February, a girl who was 3 years older than me, called Lizzie, left our school. When she left, it was more like sudden and unexpected, and more of no one really knows why she left. And around the same time, Mr. Sanders left. I can't be sure, but honestly, I think the rumors involving Mr. Sanders were true. And that note, the one that I found in the locker, was from him intended for Lizzie. I think on that day, no one knows exactly what went on with both of them, but I have a pretty good idea of what happened.
So either he and her got together and left, or he took her out the picture.
This happened to my son Sam when he was 5 years old on his first day of school. After dropping Sam off, I see him walk towards one of his teachers. I got back in my car and I drove off. What usually happens is I always drive around the school to wave at Sam before he goes inside. This time, however, Sam wasn't waving at me. Instead, he was walking to a man who wasn't familiar looking. At first, I thought it might have been another one of his teachers. That was until I saw the man grab Sam's hand and forcefully walk him into another direction. I drove as fast as I could around the school towards where the man was pulling Sam, which was the parking lot. Once I drove around, I could see the man pushing Sam into his car. And at that moment, a sickening feeling ran through me.
Oh, hell
And the
no.
feeling that I could possibly lose my son. I drove up to the man's car and stopped right behind him so we couldn't reverse. I was screaming for him to let my son go, and also try to get attention of nearby pedestrians. The man refused to let Sam go. Even though my car was blocking his path, he still tried to reverse and force his way through. Thankfully, he gave up and let Sam out the car. At that point, There were a few more parents there to subdue the man, so he couldn't get away. Sam was unharmed. In the school, myself and other parents were much more cautious about dropping their children off at the school. The man was arrested and charged with attempted kidnapping and reckless endangerment of a child. It makes me feel sick thinking, what might have happened if I never looked twice to wave at my son, and he was taken from me? And what's more disturbing is that the man was actually a father to a little girl who was the same age as my son.
Wow. I'm assuming he was a pedophile, registered sex offender.
This story happened to me a long time ago when I was 5, and it took place on my first day of school. The first day was introduction day, more like a morning where the parents would come in with their kids and talk with the teachers and that kind of thing. I remember my teacher talking with my mom, and I wandered off slightly down the hall just to look at some drawings that were pinned up. As I was looking at the drawings, I heard, "Hey, they're pretty, aren't they?"
Hey,
I turned
nothing.
around and saw a middle-aged man in blue overalls, holding a mop while grinning at me. I didn't say anything. I just looked at him.
Those white eyes.
He then crouched down and said, "They're pretty just like you." As he said this, he brushed my hair behind my ear with his long, dirty nails, still grinning at me while showing his yellow teeth. "Would you like to come with me to do some drawing?"
No.
He suddenly dropped his mop and grabbed my arm tight and started pulling me with him. At that point, I heard my mom calling my name, and as soon as the man heard her, he let go of my arm. I ran to my mom and gave her a hug. The rest of the morning was fine. I didn't mention what just happened to my mom.
Why not?
I think at the time I was too young to understand the danger of what just happened. I only attended the school for about 3 weeks before changing schools.
Good.
I never really knew why we moved. My mom always told me it was to move to a better school, but it was only recently I found out the real reason. My mom had told me that the janitor that worked at the school was arrested for kidnapping and other things with a child, which was a few weeks after I started. I looked it up on the internet and I saw it to be the same man who pulled my arm and tried to get me to go with him. It makes me sick thinking about what could have happened if my mom didn't call out, or the man never let me go.
You parents gotta start being way more aware of where y'all children at, man. And y'all know how I feel about pedophiles and all that. Rapists. Fuck them.
This story happened to me on my first day of high school. I remember walking down my street in the morning toward the bus stop. There were a few other kids that stood next to me talking. There was also a man who definitely didn't belong at a high school bus stop. He was tall, had a shaved head, a mustache, and a white tank top on.
Oh, he one of them.
I thought he looked weird and out of place, but I really didn't give it a second thought.
Yeah, alright.
My first day of high school actually went fine. It was on the way home where it all went wrong. I got on the school bus, and as I was walking to find my seat, I saw the same man from this morning sat on the back of the bus. This time he was staring right at me. I didn't know then, and I still don't know now, how this guy even got on the bus in the first place.
Right.
The house I lived in was one of the last stops, so by the time my stop arrived, most of the kids have gotten off the bus,
Of course.
and the bus was empty.
Oh my god.
I could just feel that guy staring at me the whole bus ride home, though I didn't dare to look behind me and check. When my stop finally arrived, I got off and I started walking.
Dip.
And of
Dip.
course that creepy man got off and
Dip.
started following me.
Dip, dude. Dip.
I started walking faster, and as I did, the man got faster, and that continued right down my street.
No.
The faster I walked, the faster he would. It got to the point where I needed to start running. Thankfully, my house was close by. I ran by my house and slammed the door shut, and I looked through the kitchen window to see if the man was still chasing me. He was walking past my house like nothing ever happened, while staring at me. Later that night, I was upstairs in my bedroom when someone knocked at the door, the downstairs door. The next thing I heard was my mom calling me downstairs. When I get there, my mom is looking confused and checking around outside. I say to her, "Yeah, Mom?" She said, "That's weird. There was a man just here asking to speak to you." I asked what he looked like, and she described the same man who chased me home earlier that day. I told my mom about what happened.
Good.
And how I was pretty sure it was the same guy who knocked at the door. My mother told the police and our school. And actually, this wasn't the first time they have heard reports of this.
The fuck?
The school and the police said they had several reports of the man stalking their children. From what I know, he was never caught. Who knows what he could be doing right now? Just be careful.
Bruh. What you mean? This is a constant issue? Man, your school, whatever school you going to, bullshit. Hell no. Fuck is you talking about?
Nightmare Files.
Wow. So this is a persistent issue that your school officials and the police have failed to resolve. Yet, there's been multiple accounts of this same type of behavior with this same man reported, right? That's crazy. Okay, so yeah, whatever school you going to, I hope you don't go there no more. They need to shut that bitch down. They need to throw that pedophile, more than likely that's what he was, in jail. And you know what? Just burn the whole school down, man. That school just putting everybody's life on the line. Yo, why did your mom like open the door though? I would have spoke to him from outside the door, unless that's how she did speak to him. But even then, what is your mama doing, fam? Like, a strange man appears on her doorstep to talk to her young child, and she's actually gonna call out to you and tell you to come here so this strange man can talk to you? Nah, man, your mama needs to put you up for adoption because she bullshitting as a parent. My last thing is, I feel like the bus driver and the creepy guy were in cahoots. Like they were in with each other. Because if you're not a school official, security guard, principal, on a rare occasions, teachers ride these buses to make sure the kids don't get out of line. Last time I checked, you don't have access to get on that bus. It's only students, teachers, security guards, police, and principals, and any other official school staff or some type of, protectors, like I said, security guard, police, etc. Other than that, you will not get on these buses. Now, I don't know if they allow parents to get on. I don't think they do. Last time I checked. It could be different. It also depends on your state. But out here, where I live at, Northwest Indiana, they don't allow you to, they don't allow parents to get on these buses. I don't believe so. They allow them to still sit in the classroom with you, to watch their children, to watch their children, to make sure their children don't act up. But other than that, no. I don't think school buses allow parents to get on. That would kind of defeat the purpose, actually, because the parent could just bring the kid to school or take the kid home. Yeah, I don't think they allow parents to be on the buses. This actually has me flummoxed. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but no, the bus driver and the creepy guy have to be in cahoots, because if he wasn't one of those important pillars of, staff that I said, whether school officials or protectors, he had no right to let that man on that bus. So I'm thinking that the bus driver is in cahoots with this creepy guy. What do y'all think? That just sounds suspect. Like, he's been doing this for a while. and nobody's ever questioned him. Like, and he's obviously too old to actually be going to this school. So it's like, nah, man. No, that sounds suspicious to me. Yeah, the bus driver and the creepy guy gotta be in cahoots. That's the only other thing I could think of. That's the only other way he can get on this bus without some type of scrutinization or detection. I don't know. What do y'all think? Drop that down in the comment section below, because this really has piqued my interest. Like, this is really like got me thinking. Thank you so much, guys, for watching my video. If you enjoyed the reaction, leave a like, a comment, and share the video. And if you really liked it, subscribe to the channel, join the TBS crew, and tap that bell icon so you will get notified every time your boy Steph drop new content, which I do on a weekly basis. That is all I got for y'all this time around. Your boy Steph is out.